of like, lately it's been feeling heavy. Like I've just been feeling like not super motivated to do weight training, but I've still been doing it, but it hasn't been like as, I don't know how to explain it. It's been feeling forced. Like I have to really, really, really pull a lot out of my willpower. And usually when you're operating from pulling out a lot of energy out of willpower, it's just hard to actually, it's hard. It's you're not going to actually be able to sustain something for too long, a new habit, by just working off of sheer willpower. That's where you're like using like that last bit in the tank. But today I feel excited to work out, to do training. So I don't know, I think I was just going through like a season, maybe because it was like holiday season and all of November, December, I just wanted to be warm and cozy and eat. Maybe my body needed a break. I'm not really sure, but now I feel like ready to go again. This is so good. This is my RYZE mushroom coffee. I love this stuff. If you're trying to get away from coffee, like regular coffee with a lot of caffeine, mushroom coffee is the way to go. You can get this in the link in my bio. I live by this stuff. They also have the matcha, and you can get a special code, or you can get a special amount of money off if you use my code CianaSingh. So this is fire. Mushrooms, there's a lot of stuff that it does, but I love how it like discloses it on the back. So there's 6 kind of mushrooms in it, and it helps you with your energy, your stress level, your focus, your immune system, healthy digestion, fights antioxidant stress, or antioxidative stress. So this has less than half the amount of caffeine in it, which is really amazing, because a lot of times when there's a lot of caffeine, it starts to go the opposite way with the health benefits that caffeine does have. There's of course a lot of mixed studies. You got to do what you got to do for yourself. But if you are addicted to coffee, regular ground, like the ground coffee, and you're having to really rely on it to function, there's something that's going on with your brain where it's literally addicted to it. So I got off of caffeine where I just didn't have anything. I just had hot water in the morning. And then I started to incorporate this back in just a couple times a week. I don't even drink this every day, because there's a third of the caffeine in here. So technically it does have caffeine, but again, caffeine isn't really, when used correctly for your body, it can be very beneficial. So that's how I'm using it, just where it's like a little bit of a kick here and there. I'm going to do a heavy weightlifting day today, so that's why I am taking this. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It really is. So make sure you also are following, because I'm constantly dropping gems. I'm giving out free information, free, useful, valuable, but sometimes information can be very valuable, but like, it's like, well, where do I put it into use? You know, you know what I mean? So I give out really useful information that you can apply this second, like right when you get off this live. So you're going to want to make sure to follow me. I also have another page, EBOOK. I have Instagram, I have YouTube, where I dive hella deep into topics about health, fitness, mindfulness. I also do have an ebook guide, so how to shred down and get your tummy together, your midsection together. I have an entire ebook on that. Click the link in the description, and you're gonna want to get that. Like, just right when you buy it, everyone that's gotten it so far is just like, I can't believe how easy this is to follow. Like, it's really that simple. And it kind of, the way that the book is designed, I designed it to where it's just, you just change your habits. Like, you're just switching things to off and switching some things to on. It's not like this huge workout plan, 60-day meals and da-da-da-da. That's not how I lost weight. So I don't, like, sometimes I'm like, do I need to come up with like meal plans and create a structure that people can follow? I'm like, that's just, I've been struggling with making one maybe one will come to me that will be very easy, but like that's not how I have maintained my weight. So I'm just like, I just got to stay true to myself. And people that love structure in that sense, because I love structure in certain areas, I love a lot of freedom in like the health and wellness space. When it's too, like, I only can eat this with this amount of calories, it's calories in versus calories out. You got to make sure to do this workout to burn this amount of calories. Like, I tried that method and it does work, but it didn't fit my personality. Like, it was painful to do it, even though it was working. So I don't go by doing things like with losing weight. I do intermittent fasting. I dive deep into resources that you can dive into if you want to know more about intermittent fasting, like the science. If you're really science-based, I do give really amazing references in the book. And I also do give a lot of ideas on what you can eat, but I don't tell you have to eat these. It's more so it's more so helping you figure out what works best for you. Where can you cut down? Where can you add? Where can you cut down on the sugar? Where can you add more water? How can we get good supplements in? How can we, and it's just every day you just do, like, you just embody these new sets of habits. And then you're just kind of operating, like, you have a whole wellness system that's operating like its own machine. And, like, it just works for you. And then all of a sudden you look up 5 weeks later and you've lost 15 pounds with ease. And it's actual fat that you got rid of. Not just, like, because the thing is, like, I feel like a lot of times the meal plans, what I've witnessed is that they work. And then when you get back to real life, like when you're out of the 90-day challenge or the whatever it is, it's really difficult to then be like, okay, well, do I just do the challenge again? Do I just keep doing the challenge over and over? Or, like, now that I'm back to my normal life, like, okay, now I'm eating these things again that I used to. Okay, now I'm gaining the weight back. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's almost like, I feel like instead of eliminating everything, it's like, let's just sit down and start to, like, scale back, make better decisions, get rid of the junk food out of the kitchen to where you don't have to debate with yourself if you're going to eat something because it's just not even in your kitchen. And then when you're out at work or at lunch or, you're at an event, you can then enjoy those things then. If you really are at home and you're like, I just have to have ice cream and it's not in your refrigerator, get up, go drive and get some ice cream. Half the time, you're like, I don't even feel like driving, forget it. And then guess what? You don't intake those calories. I started intermittent fasting, and in a few months I was deficient in vitamins. How to fix it? Okay, that's an excellent point. I hope you're still on. I drink this. So this is what I have. This is my secret weapon. This is my secret weapon. It's a liquid multivitamin. Your body absorbs, in my studies and research and just how my body feels, I feel like liquid vitamins absorb better into the system. So this is what I use. It's a natural liquid vitamin that is a high quality product that it has not been made like in a big huge mainstream plant that just wants to pump out vitamins to get money. It's like this woman actually took the time to dive deep in how to make this. So there's all these vitamins and nutrients. And what happens is a lot of times people will do intermittent fasting, and I feel like I did this at the very beginning too, is when you break your fast, you break it with something that's not nutritious. So you just like break your fast and you'll have pancakes. And it's like, yeah, you didn't eat for 16 hours, so that's good, but then you broke it with pancakes, or you broke it with a donut, or you break it with, something that's just like, you broke it with chips. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you can absolutely. This is a liquid vitamin for any human being. And it has African boba fruit, Hawaiian juice, aloe vera. It has all these vitamins and minerals in it. You can get this if you click the link in my description. It's the very first link. I have it linked to my Amazon store, and it'll just take you right to it, and you're going to want to get this. And these are all the different vitamins on the back. So I was taking a multivitamin as the pill, and I just kind of want to stay away from swallowing as many pills as I can. I'm not against them. And I still, like, you can't really, it's hard to travel with this, obviously, like in the airport, like you wouldn't be able to travel with this. So in that instance, I would probably take like supplement pills. But when I'm at home, I drink this. And when you break your fast, you want to break it like I break mine sometimes with celery juice and lemon and honey. And it goes in my system and it really just healing my microbiome, right? Then I'll have some high quality oatmeal. I'll put some a little bit more honey, coconut oil, cinnamon. I'll put some protein, a little bit of protein inside my oatmeal. There's already protein in oatmeal, but I'll put a little bit more. And then, you know, you have this really nutritious meal that you're breaking your fast with. You know, if you're breaking it with a hamburger, if you're breaking it with like, okay, I feel proud of myself. You know, I didn't eat for 16 hours, so I'm going to go to In-N-Out. Like, you're just eating for pleasure, and that's okay, but you do want to make sure you're making the healthier decision most of the time. You know, I always break my, okay, yeah, perfect. So you want to, break your fast with fruit. So that's really excellent. And then during that fasting window, you might need to really be nutritious focused. So because like, I don't know what your fasting window is, but if your fasting window is 6 hours, 8 hours, then you want to just make the healthier choice to make sure to have your protein. So every single meal that you eat has to have protein with it, even if you're vegan or non-vegan. Pea protein or whey protein or chicken or salmon, protein needs to be in every single meal. So say if you break your fast at 11, so you have your fast at 11, you have some kind of protein, eggs, and then like 3 or 4 hours later, you have another protein with your other parts of your meal. And then before you know, your dinner, protein. So if I take multivitamin, this should fix my vitamin deficiency. I'm not a doctor. This is just my opinion. I know I don't have vitamin deficiencies, and this is what's worked for me. So that's how I want to present that. Because sometimes like if you're, okay, so you're doing 18 to 16, which is fantastic. So if you're doing 18 to 16, or I'm sorry, 18 and 6, which is what I do a lot, I'll have a heavily nutritious meal at the beginning. I'll have a protein shake at the 3 hour mark, and then I'll make sure to have protein at the 6 hour mark, or right before, right? So every single meal has protein. So even though I don't eat 3 big meals in that, I'll have a normal meal, a small protein shake, which is a 30-gram protein, and then 3 hours later I'll have my, or 2 hours and 45 minutes later, I'll have my next meal and make sure it's surrounded around protein. Now for me, that means garbanzo beans, that means lentils, that means, because I don't eat meat. So, yeah, essentially I have 2 meals a day. Yeah, I'll have 2 meals and then a miniature meal, because if you're taking 30 grams of protein, in a way that's kind of like a meal, in my opinion. So yeah, that's what I do. So it just sounds like, what you've been doing, it hasn't been nutrition focused, or if it is nutrition focused, you got to figure out why your body's not absorbing the nutrition. Then you might need to go get your levels checked. Like if you feel like you have a very clean, healthy eating and you're just still coming out with your levels too low, you might need to widen your gap for nutrition purposes. You might need to do a 7.5 hour fast and then really be nutrition focused, or you just need to like figure out what your body will absorb. I think I was eating less. Okay, yeah, like that's the thing. Sometimes like what happens is, this happened to me at the beginning. I would break my fast. I would be so hungry, right? I would eat and then I would feel really full, and then I kind of just wouldn't eat again. Or like maybe I might have like a small dinner. Like I just stuffed myself too much to where I was just feeling kind of like, dang, like I'm not really hungry, and now I feel kind of crazy. My stomach is, so now I go into breaking my fast with a lot of ease and a lot of love. Like it's just like, okay, I'm going to break my fast. I'm going to break it with celery juice. Technically, I'm breaking my fast right now because I put honey in this. So it's like I'm breaking my fast, right? I put honey in my RYZE mushroom coffee. So it's not like this didn't eat for 18 hours, now I'm smacking off a cheeseburger. That's not doing your body any service. So you want to ease into it, do something light. Maybe you just start out with like a light salad and then go into your heavier part. Yeah, sometimes like I do notice that intermittent fasting, it can make you end up eating once a day on accident because you just stuff yourself. It's almost like we are kind of like we're like in like fight or flight mode, and then we eat a ton, and then we're like, oh damn, like I'm not eating enough now, but like I should have not stuffed myself. So break it with something just chill, and then wait 10 minutes and then have like a normal meal, and then just slow down. Like if you're scrolling, I notice like if I'm looking at the internet and I'm scrolling, I will completely just overeat and not, or like my meal will be gone and I'll be like, when did I eat it? So just like maybe put on a podcast, but don't look at it, and you're just listening or listening to the music or listening to whatever, and eat and just enjoy, you know, eat, savor each bite, and then you're like slowing down and letting your body actually intake when it needs to. So that's how my journey with intermittent fasting, but I have noticed the same thing. There was a time where I was under eating, and then, you know, you're under eating, so then you just don't get enough nutrition in your system. Yes, I do. I actually have this. This is my juicer. Speaking of juicers. So also, I do have a couple videos where I might start doing more like higher quality videos with juicing, but I'm just such a go with the flow in the moment kind of personality that let me get a little. I'll just pop on the live and start juicing, but like, you know, all the fancy like twists, you know, like the fancy like lighting and like the camera angles and all that. Maybe I'll do that in the future. But yeah, I do my juicing. So if you also go to my YouTube, I dived way deep into these topics. So, all right, well, I'm going to go get it in. I'm going to go work out. Definitely make sure to tap in. Make sure to get this. This is just, oh, sorry, I just heard something weird. Make sure to get this. You need this in your life. I don't know this woman at all. I don't know the woman that made this, but I do know it's a privately owned company, and you could tell she put a lot of love into this. Yeah, it does remove a lot of fiber, but what I've learned is that you can take the pulp, you can put it in the oven for you could do 75, or okay, don't quote me on this, but just look this up, but because I haven't done it in a while, but you can put the oven at 175 and then bake the pulp in the oven for 4 hours to dry it out. And then you can, once it's dried out, you'll have the dried out pulp. Then you can put it into a blender, like a NutriBullet or a blender, and then you'll get this powder. And then the powder is basically like fiber powder, and then you can put that into shakes, or you can mix it into something. One last question. What about juice in the market that says no sugar? I just don't drink juice from the market. I don't trust it. Unless it's like Erewhon in LA. I don't know if they have it everywhere else, but unless it's like Erewhon, which those juices are $50 a juice. But I just think take the time. I don't trust any of them. I just don't. Unless like I have been to Whole Foods where there's just no brand, and it's like it's just like a really high quality plastic or like a glass, and then you could tell that they like juiced it in the back and then, you know, filled it up and then just put it out, and there's no like labels and all that stuff on it. Or yeah, but all like they have to be able to put something in it to stay on the shelves longer. It's just part of business. So I just don't even, it's just not in my realm. I don't even debate about it. If I want juice, I just make my own juice. All right. Okay, well, definitely enjoyed speaking with you. Definitely tap in. Make sure I am going to post this on the replay, this TikTok on my YouTube. So anyone on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like. Also click the links in the description to get these and check out all the other stuff that I use for health and wellness and all that. I would love to hear your opinion, your comments. Also get my How to Lose Belly Fat ebook guide. You need it. You need it. You need it. It just, right when you get it, you read it, it just unlocks like all these like, duh, like I could just do that instead of this. Like it just creates a lot of like stress-free weight loss. That's what I like about it. It's just my personal method that I've been doing for years. I started sharing it with women. It worked for them. If you love a lot of structure and like you need to tell me what to eat, tell me what to do, that's not how I lost weight. So I wouldn't be offering something with integrity. Mine is more habit building and where you make permanent change that fits your life. All right, I'm gonna tap in later. Bye.